Hey y'all. So this is a video to show you how you should handle revising and editing work after I have assessed it. So the first time you'll do this will be when you're watching this video. So for the 7th grade extended response. So the first thing you'll do is you will go into week 5, September 6th through 10th. You'll open up the assignment prompt for 7th grade, and you will see that I have returned your work to you. And so at that point, you can open it, and you should probably potentially unsubmit it because you're going to want to edit it. Okay? So let's just talk in general about what it's going to look like and how you should handle feedback from me in writing, and especially as we're doing it on computers. Sometimes you'll do your writing by hand, but sometimes it'll be on computers, and this is how you do it, how you accept the feedback when we're on computers. So here's my sample extended response. Remember, mine is silly. The ideas are wrong. I'm just making it up because I want it to be really obvious for you not to copy mine. But the very first thing is you'll see is that there's a lot of things highlighted, and you should see comments from me off on the side. These are not to just ignore or delete and ignore. You've got to take action on these, okay? So the first thing you do is you just come over to, you click on the first one you want to deal with, and you see what I've said. And notice that whenever you click on it, the thing that I'm talking about, the little box that I'm referring to, is the one that comes up. So in this case, the word basket, I've clicked on it, and my awesome teacher, Mrs. Wainwright, has said that I need to make that a proper noun, meaning it needs to be capitalized. If I don't know what that means, then I can ask my teacher, but I have to do something with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that a capital letter. And now I can resolve her comment. Mark as resolved. Don't just delete it. You can edit it if you have a question and ask me something back, although if we're in the room, that's probably easier to just do that verbally. But the biggest thing is if you fix it, if you think it's fixed, just mark it as resolved. Done. It's out of the way now, right? Okay, next thing is at the end of this quotation, I put a period, but my teacher, also Miss Wainwright, said it needs to be a comma. So all she wrote is comma, but that tells me I need that to be a comma. Fix it, replace it, switch it. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to take this period, delete it, make a comma. And now, because I've deleted it, the comment actually disappeared. So that's one thing you've got to be kind of careful for, is that if you fix the thing by deleting, my comment's going to disappear. And if you weren't sure exactly what I said, or it was a couple of steps, it could disappear. So you can always call me over and ask me, but try to fix it before you delete. Okay, so I kind of just showed you what not to do. Okay, so down here's the next one. I have my page number, but I just wrote the number 2. And so my teacher has actually, in this case, just shown me what it should look like. It needs to be parentheses 2, parentheses period. So I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to go beep. And I'm actually going to redo it rather than deleting my teacher's comment at first, because I obviously have already done it wrong. I need to make sure I do it correctly. Okay, so now I double check. Does this look like what my teacher said? Yes, it does. Okay, so now I can delete this. Boom. And I can either delete it over here, or I can delete it by pressing the check mark. Okay, the next thing is I accidentally just mistyped and I capitalized a random letter in the middle of a word. And my teacher wrote lowercase. That means write it like a baby letter. I should have done that. That does not require a lot of concentration on my part, so I'm just going to delete it and rewrite it as an A, and the comment disappears. Okay, the next thing is there's an entire sentence highlighted. So I obviously need to look at this. So the first thing is my teacher wrote vague. When I write vague, or your teacher writes vague, I'm your teacher, but whatever. When I write vague, that means it's unclear. You need more details, okay? So I think it's funny. If I say that something's vague, the first thing you should look for is the word it, they, he, him, are words that are not very clear in the sentence. So remember that you're always writing as if the person who's reading your writing has no idea what you've read. So instead of I think it's funny that Victor took underwater basket weaving, or I think it's funny that Michael was scowling. So don't just say it, be more clear. So I think it's funny that, so I'm going to delete this period and say that Victor took a class on underwater. Oops, underwater is one word. Don't need to get myself in more problems here. Underwater basket weaving. Period. Okay, so now I didn't delete my comment, my original sentence. So now I'm going to come over here to clear the comment. I'm going to write, click the check mark. Boom, there's still a problem here. I think it's funny. Oh, the spelling is wrong according to my awesome teacher. So, and here's the thing, the computer wants to fix it for me. So I'm going to go ahead and take that selection. And notice my teacher didn't fix it for me because I need to fix it. It's my writing. So she didn't fix it. She told me it was wrong. Okay. And so I was able to fix it. So I did. Okay, next. Victor. Oh, okay. So I have a purple quote. I don't have a quotation mark, and my teacher has shown me that by putting a quotation mark and then rewriting the first word. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a good old friend quotation mark. And then I'm going to do that. Although it showed up as pink, and so I'm going to make it purple because the quotes are purple. Okay. So Victor was worried he wasn't awesome enough. Okay, wasn't. My teacher said, do not use contractions in formal writing. So remember that a contraction is when you combine two words to make a shorter word. So I always like to say, don't use contractions in formal writing. Get it? It's funny because don't is a contraction and I'm telling you not to. Yeah, so anyways, do not use... do not use contractions in formal writing. So instead of saying wasn't, I'm just going to say was not. And because I deleted the original word, my teacher's comment disappeared too. So I'm good to go. Okay, Victor was worried that he was not awesome enough, but he took the class anyways. Anyways is not actually a word, it's just anyway. So my teacher said spelling, the computer wants to help me. I accept it, and I check mark to get rid of her comment. Okay, now here I put P3, but you know what? It's not P3. We're supposed to just put the page number according to my awesome teacher. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the P, and then I'm going to resolve the comment. Okay, now he didn't know if he should take it. Okay, this is vague. So my teacher said, who is he? Guess what? My teacher, she knows who I'm talking about. She knows I'm talking about Victor, but I have to write as if she doesn't. It's my job to write as if my teacher does not know who I'm talking about. So instead of saying he, I'm just going to say Victor and make everybody happy. And because I deleted my original comment, my teacher's comment disappeared. Also, then I said Victor didn't. I do not want to be using contractions. Don't use contractions. So I'm going to say do not, or did not. Sorry, did not. Get carried away here. Okay. And he did not know if he should take it. Again, my teacher said that's vague. I need to say what she didn't think he was going to take, or what. So I'm going to say it being under a water basket weaving. Okay. Finally, I felt that way before. That way? What way? That's vague, meaning it's not clear. My teacher needs to know what I'm actually thinking. So instead of saying that way, I've felt nervous. I don't know, whatever. Again, I'm just totally making this up, guys. Nervous before. Now my teacher before, on the word before, she said elaborate. That means add more. So I might say I felt that way before when I decided to take band, even though I was not sure I would be good at it. Or whatever, right? Just making it up. You're not making it up, but I am. Okay, and so I'm going to resolve the comment. So there you go. The biggest thing, guys, is do not just hit resolve and then like it's not an ends to a means. So don't hit resolve. And if you haven't actually resolved the things, just FYI, I get an email for every comment you resolve. So if I see that you've like resolved a bunch of comments in 1 minute, I know that basically you did not revise your paper, and that your paper's not going to be any better. So you need to take your time. Do not resolve comments until you've actually fixed them. And if you have questions, just ask. That's what I'm here for. Bye, y'all.